What to design first, the mobile site or the desktop site? Users are accessing web content whenever and wherever they choose, says author and user experience expert Sinead Bowles. They're doing so on the device that best suits the task, or just happens to be with them at the time, he says. In this environment, web designers need to incorporate a multi-platform approach. But the question being hotly debated in design circles is, which experience should be addressed first, desktop or mobile? Luke Wroblewski, an internationally recognized digital product leader, is the face of the mobile-first movement. He argues that designing for mobile first helps to make your overall product and web experience better. The small screen size forces you to focus on what matters most to the user. You can then take what you've created and learned from the mobile design and apply it to the desktop. Opponents to this approach counter with a couple of key points. Desktop PCs have inherent advantages over mobile, says web usability expert Jacob Nielsen. Much larger screens, which enhance content comprehension and support higher value tasks, and better input devices, a big keyboard and a real mouse. PC dominance will decrease, he concedes, but the highest value use will stay predominantly on the desktop, even if the amount of time spent online turns toward mobile. Leon Paternoster, webmaster of England's Institute of Customer Service, argues not every site needs mobile first. Just because smartphone sales are increasing, he says, it doesn't mean your audience is using a phone to visit your site. Check your analytics, Paternoster says. He bets that less than 5% of a blog's visitors are using mobile. The 95% should really come first, he argues. But I think Nielsen and Paternoster are missing the key value of mobile first, its emphasis on focused design. The mobile version should contain all the most pertinent content and serve as the most distilled true version. Starting with the most focused context, designers can then more quickly pinpoint important messages, and then the themes that affect the whole content creation process. So says Lindsay Kirkbride of the Docus Group, an international digital design firm. No less than Google CEO Eric Schmidt announced his company's mobile-first culture at the Mobile World Congress last year. He said smartphone sales will eventually overtake PCs within the next few years, and more than half of new internet connections will be from mobile devices. Wroblewski also points to this explosive growth as a reason for mobile first, along with two others. Constraints, which includes the need for focus I mentioned a few moments ago, and capabilities. Constraints also include the slower speed of mobile, which forces you to reduce file size and take advantage of HTML. The vigilance of achieving optimal performance provides you with the same benefits for the desktop, he says. Context is another constraint, meaning that you're designing for something that is used all the time. The capabilities of mobile include instant come-to-me information based on the fact that the device knows the user's location. Other capabilities, such as multiple screen orientations, audio and video, and touchscreen, allows you to innovate with mobile. Eventually, you'll be able to integrate these features with your desktop and TV experiences, Wroblewski explains. In the business world, many corporations are locked into the desktop-first approach, which trains employees to use and think about software only in the workplace. So says Nicholas Swanson of the West Coast design firm Double Dutch. Mobile, on the other hand, is always around, and people use it for work anyway. So what if their job's mobile app became part of their routine for checking updates, he asks. This would give employees more insight into the activities of their team and its milestones, with pleasurable experience and real values, he says. As someone who works in a desktop-first corporation, I heartily endorse the mobile-first movement. Here's a look at the sources used for this presentation.